Hi, I'm Paul Morley, and this is
Mark Foster.
And together we're running Mission Magic. Well, Mark's running it these days because it's in a phase of exciting change. As in all things in life, Mark, it just became a bit too busy because I'm a minister, I lead a church, I travel overseas, and so we came to this exciting phase where Mark emailed me one day about what he was going to be doing because of changes in the family business, and I says, why don't you run a magic company and take on Mission Magic? And that's where it all started.
And like I feel I agree.
Yeah, and he agreed, and that's it. So we've done a handover, and Mark's now running the business from his home up near York, and we've got an exciting new range. We've made contact with other magic companies, haven't we? It's
growing.
And got great favour there, and the whole thing is growing. So that's us.
And it's exciting stuff. I was up to my neck in boxes until the other day. So,
Yeah.
But why should people shop at Mission Magic?
Well, the main thing is that we are gospel magicians, and that's, our whole aim is to provide visual aids and resources for people who are working amongst families and children and want to use that visual aid that is going to bring the visualization of a gospel message or of a biblical teaching, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly, that's what it's all about. So do keep an eye on the website www.missionmagic.co.uk, and as we like to say at Mission Magic, magic is always good news.
This is a great little trick, Mark. It's one that I use to illustrate Trinity.
Oh, okay.
But I also use this at weddings. This I've called my wedding trick. And when my son got married, I pulled these out and I said, here we are today at this wedding, and there are three people involved. I says there's Jonathan, because he's the red one, because he's from Manchester and supports United. There's Rachel, she's the blue one, because she's from Coventry and they're going down. And then the other person is God, who is the originator of marriage. And what happens in a wedding, and I said this to the congregation, so what happens in a wedding is we often recognise that there are rings exchanged, and that there are three rings exchanged here. There's the ring that Jonathan has exchanged with Rachel, there's the ring that Rachel has exchanged with Jonathan, and then there's the ring that God the Father brings, because he's going to ring the changes. And so we end up with three different rings. Well, we know it's all changes, isn't it? As somebody once said, when they go down the aisle, the woman, so she doesn't get too nervous, repeats those famous words of what goes on in a wedding. And she says, I'll alter him. I'll alter him. Boom, boom. That's for free. And so we've got three people that have tied the knot, as it were. But the amazing thing is that what God does is He says, I'm going to show you that it's a link that I will keep two people together till death do they part. So that's a nice little routine for if you've got a wedding coming up, or if you just want it to illustrate God, man and Jesus, it's ideal for that. Or you can use it to illustrate the Trinity, three persons but one. And that's a great little trick that we've got in from Trickmaster, which is called the multicolour rope link, and it's a very visual, colourful trick at a great price. So I think you will like that one.
What other stuff have we got?
Well, great invention by Ian Adair, who was lecturing at our annual conference this last year. And it's one for the little kiddies, because sometimes we're in those situations where it's the younger ones. And this is a nice little trick called Dan's Magic Van, which has the paint shop and the the van goes in and it comes out a different colour, and then it changes into a multicoloured van. Very easy turnaround type trick, but it gets the kids screaming because they think like you're cheating, which you are, because you know.
It's magic.
And it's magic, yeah.
It's
and
magic.
the other one that I love, and again it's one of the Trickmaster range, is the colour changing shoelace, which is it's one of my favourite openers in a school assembly or in a kids magic show, where the shoelace is pulled through your hand, it comes out a different colour, but your fist is clenched, and the kids all think it's in there. When you open it, it's a shoelace of a completely different colour. And what it does is it just introduces the whole thing that what you're about is bringing surprises for the eyes. You like that?
Yeah, that's good, thank you. We can't do any of these without having a pun.
No, absolutely.
And one of my favourites, we've just got these in, is the Ali Bongo hats, which are really excellent. We've got some of these in, and they're great. There's a couple of Mission Magic routines which come with these hats. One is about David and Goliath, and the other one
that was very good.
So it's all exciting stuff.
It's all good stuff.
It's all good stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Well, thank you for viewing, and God bless you.
What other exciting stuff do we have, Paul?
Well, for the little kiddies, you know, there is a classic one done by Ian Adair, who was here it comes.